Hi guys, welcome back. This is Mike Hermes at MH Tutorials, and today we're going to continue with part 3 of how to model a kitchen. Okay, so we're going to pick up where we left off, and this is what we had so far. So before we're going to do anything else, what we're going to do is we're going to set up a bookmark for what our render angle will look like, roughly. So we're going to position this in a way that we think will look okay, something like that. All right. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to View, Bookmarks, Edit Bookmarks. We're going to call that Kitchen, and we're going to click on Apply and Close. Now, the reason for that is when we're moving around like so, and we want to get back to our angle that we were looking at, we're just going to go to View, Bookmarks, and Kitchen, which will put us back where we were. One of the reasons that we're doing that is we're going to add some detail, and there's no point in adding detail that we're not going to see in the final render, okay? Like, for example, the drain in the sink. We could make that if we know it's going to show up in our render, but in this case, because we're going to use our bookmark, it's not going to be. So we need to create the faucet, we need to create the burners here, and we need to create some handles. So we're going to start off with the handles, okay? So for that, we are going to take a polygon cylinder, something like that. We're going to increase the subdivisions to make that a bit more round. We're going to hit Control D to duplicate that. Pull that over. We're going to take a polygon cube and we're going to raise that up a little bit. And we're going to get that on top. I'll go to my top view for that. Hit F to zoom in. Okay, so we're going to have it sticking out a little bit. Something like that looks okay. And we're going to increase the subdivisions. And the reason why is we're going to go to our front view. We're going to hit F to zoom in. Pull that down a bit. We're going to right click. Okay. Oh, there we go. Just a little delay. Vertex. And we're going to drag select these. Let me think. We need to position that first. Sorry. What we're going to do is we're going to level this out at that line there. We're going to move that one out there so it's nice and central. Select that one, right click vertex. We're going to drag select these. We're going to pull that up just a little. Drag select these. Pull that up. Drag select these. Pull that up. And drag select that one. Okay, that will give it some shape. Okay, let's check how that looks. Object mode. Okay, excuse me. We're going to go to edge, drag select those, edit mesh and bevel, which will make it a bit nicer. And we're going to select these two, object mode, these three, mesh and combine. Okay, we're going to hit E to rotate that. I'll just go to modify and center pivot. Rotate that by 90, minus 90 in this case. Obviously we need to scale it down quite a bit. We're going to move it roughly in position, so we're close to where we need to be. We're going to scale it down some more. Okay. Make sure that we have contact with the door. There we go. And now we're going to switch views. We're going to go over here. We're going to pull that one down a bit to about there. We're going to hit Control D. We're going to pull that one down. Let's zoom in, see if we're in an okay position, and we are. We're going to hit Control D again. We're going to move that one over there. That looks okay. Hit Control D again. Move that one over there. That looks about right. And we're going to hit Control D, pull that up, hit E, rotate that by 90 degrees. Make sure we're at exactly 90. And we're going to move that one to the middle. So pull that down. Maybe here, we'll check that in a sec. Something like that. Hit Control D and move that one over here. Zoom in again. Something like so. And let's check out and see what we got. Okay. So we got one there, there. It's a bit hard to see, but it looks okay. There and there, okay. Now we need to do some over here, so Control D, pull that over, hit E, rotate that by 90 degrees. And we're going to do the same thing here. So we're going to push that in, hit F to zoom in. I want one about there, and we'll hit Control D. Now that's going to be the dishwasher, so we're going to do that one there. Let's see, that has to go a bit more over there, and that one will go there. Okay, let's check and see if these look okay over here. Now these are way inside the door, so what we're going to do is we're going to move that one a bit closer to the edge. That one looks okay. Those are fairly close to the edge, so we need to do the same here. We'll do one there, and we'll do one there, and then we're going to hit Control D and move that one over here. We're going to rotate that to 0. We're going to push that in a bit. Let's see. Actually, that looks okay. Pull that up. Let's see what we got. Okay, not bad. And we're going to Control D, and we're going to position that at the top as well. Pull that down a bit. Hit Control D, move that over. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got all those. Okay, not too bad. All right. Now, next, what we're going to do, excuse me, is we're going to create the burners. So for that, we are going to create a polygon cube. We're going to pull it up just a little. Hit F to zoom in. We are going to right-click, go to Face, select that face, Edit Mesh, Extrude. hit R to scale that in. And from our top view, we need to make sure that that is level. That looks okay. All right. So now we're going to go to Edit Mesh and Extrude again. In this view, we're going to push that down just a little. Edit Mesh, Extrude again. Hit R. And we're going to scale that in a little bit more. Edit Mesh, Extrude. Hit W and pull it up just a little. Okay. So now that we've got all that, we're going to right click, go to Edge, drag select all the edges, Edit Mesh and Bevel. And let's see if we can play with the offset a little. I want it to look a bit rounded. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay. All right. So right click, Object Mode. We're going to hit W, pull that up. We're going to move that into position roughly. Move that over. We're going to scale it down quite a bit, obviously. Okay, let's check on height. Okay. Now we're going to go to our front view just to make sure that we got this guy in the middle. Scale it up a bit more. Let's see what we got. Okay, scale it down a bit. We're going to push that back so we can scale it a bit more. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to level it at this end, like that. And we're going to do a bunch of knobs here. So for that, we are going to create another polygon cube, drag that out, pull that up. Oops. Something like that. Hit F to zoom in, R to scale it in a little bit. We are going to right click, face, edit mesh, extrude, hit R, scale it in a bit. Check that from our top view to make sure that it's something like that. Okay. We're going to edit mesh, extrude again. Hit W and pull that down just a bit. Edit mesh, extrude again. Hit R, scale it in. Edit mesh, extrude. Hit W and pull that up. Okay. So now that we've got that, we're going to right click, object mode, select it, right click edge, got all the edges, edit mesh and bevel. And we're going to make that nice and round. Actually, we'll increase that a bit. Yeah, something like that. Looks okay. Okay, we're going to pull that up, push that into position roughly. Pull that down, scale that in a lot. Move it into position. Okay, we're going to scale that out a bit. Let's check from our top view. Okay, so we need to have this guy have the same length. So we're going to scale that out. That looks about right. Pull it in a bit. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, not too bad so far. So now we are going to select these 4 knobs, go to Mesh and Combine, modify Center Pivot, sorry, Control D, duplicate it, pull that up, E, rotate that by 90, rotate that again by 90, hit W, move that over, move it down quite a bit, and move that in, and let's see where we're at. Okay, there's still a little bit of angle to it for some reason. Doesn't look level. Just check it from this view here. Okay, push that down. Okay. Okay, that's about right. Now we're going to create some burners here. So for that, we are going to create a polygon sphere. We're going to pull that up a little. Hit F to zoom in. We're going to increase subdivisions to 40. And height, we're going to go with 6. All right, just pull this up a little. We're going to go to our front view. We're going to right click, go to vertex, drag, select everything except the top, hit R, scale it in a bit, skip 1 row, pull it in, skip another row, pull it in, and take these and push them down a little bit, and hit W and push that in, something like that. Okay. Now we're going to take another polygon, and actually not a polygon, we're going to take a sphere. We're going to drag that out, increase segments to 40, like so. Pull it up, hit R, and scale it down until it's very flat. Something like that. Okay. All right, now we got that. We're going to switch to our top view, hit F to zoom in, and we're going to move this guy on top here and make sure that we are centered. There we go. We're going to push that down. Select these two, mesh and combine. Okay, modify center pivot. Push that roughly into position. Hit F to zoom in. Scale that down big time. And we're just going to switch to our top view so we'll know where we're at. So we're going to put one burner about here. Hit Control D. One there. Select these two. Control D. And we're going to move them over there. Now, usually they're not the same size, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this guy, we're going to hit R, and we're going to scale it down some more. That one, scale it down. That one, and just make sure that they're not all exactly the same size. Okay. The spacing looks okay so far. So let's see what we got. So we got these burners. Okay. Now we need to create a little, what's that thing called? Frame or whatever you want to call it. Okay. So for that, we are going to, we're going to create a polygon cube. We're going to pull that up. We're going to hit Control D. We're going to move that over. Then we're going to hit Control D again. Pull that back, pull that up, hit E, rotate it by 90 degrees. We're going to hit W to pull that down, R to stretch it out quite a bit. And let's see where we're at. Just check it from my top view. Okay, we need to scale it a bit more. I'll just take that guy. See if we're okay. Okay. So we got that. Select these three, mesh and combine. Right click, edge, drag, select all the edges, edit mesh and bevel. I had that happen before. That's so weird. Then it becomes transparent for some reason. Interesting. Just gonna undo that for a sec. I'm gonna select these edges. So that one, that one, that one, and that one. Edit mesh and bevel. That already looks a bit better. Not too bad. And I believe I already combined these. Yeah, I did. Okay. So we're going to hit W. We're going to pull that up. We're going to push that in. Pull it down a bit. Hit F to zoom in. Okay. Push that up. Push that out. Now we need to scale that down quite a bit. Hit F to zoom in. Okay, we're going to switch to our top view, which will give us a bit better view. We're going to hit W and we're going to move that into position. Let's see if that is okay or not. And it is not, so we need to stretch it out a bit more. Okay, now we are going to switch to the front view. There we go. And we're going to deal with this guy here. Right click edge, drag select that edge. We're going to pull that in. And we're going to drag select that edge and pull that in. We're going to drag select these edges. Something like that. Now we're going to deal with this side. Drag select. Drag select. And we're going to right click. Object mode. Vertex. Take those and pull that back in. So how does this look? Okay, we need to push that out. Oop. Right click object mode, push that out a little, and that looks about right. Now my burners are still floating in the sky here. That's better. Okay, so we got this guy. We're going to hit Control D. We're going to move that over to the start here. Just make sure that they are okay, like that. We're going to hit Control D once more. We're going to set one in the middle. Check from our top view. Something like that. Okay. And now we are going to take a polygon cube. We're going to drag that out. We'll just redo that. Hang on, guys. Polygon cube. There we go. Pull that up. Scale it in quite a bit. Make that nice and thin. Okay. Push that roughly into position. Hit F to zoom in. Now we need to scale this down big time. We're going to push that into position roughly. And let's go back to our top view. Okay. So we're going to move that to the middle. We're going to scale that out a little bit. And let's see what we got. Something like that. Okay. Right click, edge. We're going to select these edges, edit mesh and bevel. That looks about right. We're going to hit Control D. We're going to move on over there. And Control D. And we're going to move on over there. Just check from our top view to make sure that it looks okay. Give that one a bit more. Okay. And I usually prefer to look at it from a perspective view. Yeah. We could add more detail to that, but all in all, I think it's okay. We can maybe bring it down a bit. So I'm just going to select all the components, go to mesh and combine. We're going to hit W. Hang on. Modify center pivot. And we're just going to push this down a bit. I think that looks a bit better. Okay. All right. So, yeah, that looks okay. All right. Going to go back to our bookmark. Okay. So we need to create the faucet. That's what we're going to do next. So for that, we are going to start off by creating a polygon cylinder. We're going to pull that up, and we're going to give it some subdivisions, 40. And very important, we need to increase the height subdivision to 20. All right. First, we're going to scale that down a bit, something like that. We're going to go to our animation tab. We're going to go to create deformers, nonlinear, and bend. All right. Which will allow us, hopefully, to bend this guy. Okay. So we're going to bend that some more. Let's see if that is what we're looking for. Yeah, that looks okay. All right, we're gonna select that. Oh, not that. Select the object, edit, delete all by type history, which is pretty important. We're gonna hit F to zoom in on this guy. We are going to go to edges. No, that's not what I was looking for. Let's see how we're going to do this. We are going to right click, go to vertex. Let's try that. And we're going to push them out. Yeah, something like that. That's what I was looking for. So we're going to pull that out. We need to tweak that a bit. So we're going to change views. So we need to rotate that back so it's at 90. Yeah, something like that. Maybe a bit more. Okay. Now we are going to go to this area here. We're going to go to face, and we are going to select this edge here. Go back to polygons, edit mesh, extrude. We're going to hit R. Why is that not responding? No idea. Actually, that is a pretty cool effect. Let's rotate that a bit. Yeah, I like that. Okay, cool. So we got that. We're going to right click, object mode. We're going to rotate the whole thing. Something like that. Now we're going to create a base for the faucet. What's going on back here? Okay, we don't need that thing. So here's our faucet. We're going to create a little ground plate for that. So a polygon cube. Pull it up a little. Hit F to zoom in. Okay, we're going to right click on the edges. Polygon menu, edit mesh and bevel. We're going to give it some segments, let's say 10. And the offset, yeah, we'll make it something like that. Okay. We're going to take this guy. This needs to scale down first quite a bit. We'll take this guy. We're going to move it on top. And that will probably need some scaling as well. Okay. We are going to create a polygon pipe. We're going to pull that up a little bit. And I'll just get that guy in a position that we can see it a bit better. Okay, there we go. We're going to increase subdivisions to 40. We're going to angle it a bit. Go to vertex, drag select the top vertices. And we're going to scale that in to give it something like that. Object mode. Move it down. Switch to our top view so we can see it a bit better. Okay, so that is the center of our faucet here. We're going to scale that down, 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 down. which will give us something that looks about right. Need to scale it down a bit more. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so maybe this thing is still too big, but we'll see. We'll just bring that in a little because it has to fit in the spacing that we created. We'll get to that in a sec. Okay. All right. So now for the knobs, what we're going to do is we're going to create a polygon cylinder. We're going to pull that up. Okay. We're going to go to our polycylinder tab, and we're going to bring that down to 7. Okay. We're going to hit F to zoom in. We're going to tilt it a bit. Right-click vertex. Drag, select the top here. We're going to hit R, and we're going to flare that out a bit. Okay. We're going to right click on this edge. So we've got the top edge, edit mesh, extrude. We're going to hit W, we're going to pull it down, hit R, scale it in, edit mesh, extrude, hit W and pull it down. Something like that. Okay. And we're going to right click vertex. We're going to take that guy in the middle and we're going to pull that up a little bit. Okay. Then we're going to right click, go to edge, drag, select everything, edit mesh and bevel, which doesn't really do much for some reason. Let's try that again. Edge, drag, select, edit mesh. No, it does not. So we're going to do it in a different way. Edge. We got that one. Edit mesh and bevel. There we go. We're going to bring down the offset, something like that. Yeah, that's about nice. Okay. And we'll do that with that edge as well. Edit mesh, bevel. It's not taking that one. Now let's see what happens if we do soft select. I pretty much like it the way it is, but no, that's not good. We're going to leave it like that. Okay. So we're going to take this guy. We're going to hit W. We're going to move it into position roughly. Hit R to scale it down quite a bit. W to pull it down. So we need to get this ring down here as well. So this knob is moving over here. Control D. That one is moving over there. Let's check from our top view to make sure that the spacing is okay. Yeah, it looks about right. We're going to scale this guy in and just move it so it's more symmetrical. I think that looks about right. Yeah, something like that. Okay. So we're going to drag select the whole thing. I'm going to go to mesh and combine. And we're going to take that thing, go to modify center pivot, move that, get it to where it needs to be roughly. Hit F to zoom in, E to rotate it by 90 degrees, like that. Obviously, we need to scale it down a lot. Move it. Okay, first we're going to get it into the middle, approximately. And we need to scale it up a bit more. Let's see if that's going to work out for us. That's approximately the right height. We just got enough spacing there, so a bit more. Excuse me. Let's check it from our bookmark. Okay, that's not too bad. So as far as modeling is concerned, I think we covered most of it. We're going to start right now by creating some light and so forth. So for that, first I'm going to close off the area. So I'm going to select this ground plane here. I'm going to hit Control D to duplicate it. Pull that up. And we're going to put a ceiling in our kitchen like that. And we're going to take this guy and we're going to hit Control D and we're going to pull that over here, and let's see how that affects our bookmark a little bit. Yeah, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag that guy out, something like that. I'm going to right click, go to edge, select that edge, pull that out a bit, select that edge, pull that out a bit. I should have an edge line here. There we go, edge. Pull that out a bit. So now we can take this wall and push that back in, which should give us a bit better view on our bookmark. There we go, okay. And next we are going to close up this end here. So we're going to hit Control D and we're going to move that over there. Okay. So it's all nice and closed up. So now if you go to View, Bookmark, Kitchen, we got a closed space. Okay. So we don't have any lighting set up yet. Now, normally what you would do is set up materials or set up lighting. What I typically like to do is do both at the same time pretty much. Reason is I want to see how the light is reacting on my materials and so forth, right? So what I'm going to start off with is I'm going to start by creating a spotlight. So create lights and spotlight, which will give us this guy here. I'm going to pull that out. I'm going to hit E to rotate that around so it's pointing at my window, and I'll just scale it a bit so you can see it a bit better. Okay, I'm going to hit T on my keyboard, which will allow me to point where I want my light to be. Okay, now I want it pointing at my window, something like that. And in my spotlight shape, actually in my spotlight, let me think. Spotlight, spotlight, spotlight. As you can see, I'm looking for something. There we go. Shadows. Use depth map shadows. Okay. View, bookmark, kitchen. So that's my my window, my light angle. I'm going to go to my viewport renderer, and I hit 7 on my keyboard. Okay, so that will give us this effect. So we got some lighting going on so far. Clearly this is not all the lighting we are going to use. We need to have quite a bit more, and we need to play with some light settings to see if that's going to work for us. Okay, so we're just going to play with that as we move along. Second, I'm going to create a light and go with a point light, and I'll just let's see where we're going to put this guy. Okay, so you can see that that's my light, this is my angle. Okay, probably going to move that pretty far up in our room. So that's where we're still in our room. Okay. That already gives us a bit more. Okay. And I'm going to start to apply some materials. Okay. So what I want to do, and now that I got my basic light here, is I'm just going to move these panels out so I got some room to work with, like that. Okay. Excuse me. I am going to, the doors, I want these to be quite modern. So I'm going to apply a reflective Feng-E material to them. Not the oven, that's going to be a different texture and color. Okay, so I'm going to right click on that. I'm going to go to assign new material. I'm going to go with a Feng-E, and we're going to actually make that, let's make that nice and funky. We'll make that red. Okay, now what we need to do though is it's going to be very, very reflective, so we need to bring that down a bit. We're going to go with 0.1 for now, and let's see how that works out. Okay. Now for the cabinets and so forth, what we're going to do there is we on the elements up here. Let's see what we got. We got that. We got the cabinets. I got that one. Okay, and we'll get the rest in a second. There we go. Right click, assign new material, Feng-E again. We're going to go with red again, except we are going to change the reflectivity. Actually, we're going to leave that at 0.5. Okay. We're going to go to our bookmark. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick render just to see what that looks like. I'm going to switch to Mental Ray. Going to give a bit more quality, let's say about 1. I'm not going to make the image too large so it won't take too long. Let's just see what we got. Okay. All right. Oh, that's a first start. Okay, not bad. So we're going to close that. What we're going to do is we're going to take this oven door. We're going to right click on that. We're going to go to assign new material. We're going to do an MIA material underscore X. We're going to go to the material tab. We are going to go to presets, glass, solid, and replace. And we are going to scroll down and we're going to take this and we're going to change that to black. Okay, so we got that. Then we're going to take a few elements like this frame, like the whole faucet setup. Oh, sorry, shift that. Like this handle here, this frame up here, this unit up here, and we're going to right click, assign new material, the same MIA material. We're going to use a different preset, Chrome, replace. Okay. Now we need to deal with these little knobs here. So these and these and not that one. Those. So that's all the knobs, if I'm correct. Okay. Right click, assign new material. We're going to go with, let me think, a Phong E. And we're going to change the color to black. Okay. And we're going to take, let me see, that's Phong E3. Okay. We're going to take the what is that thing called? I have no idea what that thing's called. The top or the cover or whatever. We're going to select this and this. And we're going to right click, assign the material. Let's go with a Lambert, and we'll probably change that later on. But for now, let's go with a reddish color. Okay. I need to make my sync chrome. So assign the material, MIA underscore X, material tab, presets, chrome, and replace. And let's give it another go. So bookmarks, kitchen, and render. Let's see if that already gives us something that's starting to look like a kitchen. Okay. We're getting there. Let's see what's next. Okay, obviously lighting is not okay yet, but we'll fix that in a sec. We need to deal with this here, and we need to deal with the handles. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to select these handles here. And it would be nice to, oh, not that one. Nice to make them pop a little. Now, I'm a big fan of Chrome for some reason, so we're just going to do that. Same material again, Chrome, and replace. So we got that. We're going to take the window frame here. We're going to right click, go to face. Let me think. Right click, assign new material. We're going to go with a Lambert, and we're going to make that white. Sometimes you get the weirdest things, like for example, why is that not responding? There we go. Let's see, how can we do that best? Assign the material, Lambert, white, okay. Now we don't have all the faces yet, so we need to deal with that. Assign the material, Lambert, white. Lambert and white. Go to our bookmark. Okay, so let's give that another quick run. Okay, we're getting there. All right, so now we are going to select this cabinet back here because that one didn't go correctly. Let's see, we had a phony 2 for that one. So that's what I was looking for. Yeah, so that's okay. We're going to do the same here. Wondering why that is not. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. So we've got the boarding down here. So that's that and that and that and that. Assign new material. Let's go with a Lambert. Let's take this red here. We accidentally selected the floor. I'll fix that in a sec. And that's Lambert 7. And we need to deal with that guy here. So that guy, Lambert 7, there we go. The floor, okay, so what we're going to do with floor is we're going to give that a fairly neutral color. So I'm just going to select that, right click, assign new material. I'm trying to avoid any UV mapping in this setup because there's a lot going on already and I just want to keep it basic. So I'm trying to use as much default materials as possible. So I've got to select the floor here. Lambert, let's give that a yellow color and then tone it down quite a bit until it's fairly close to white. Okay. And then we're going to take the walls and we don't want to select a window, so I'll do that separately. So I've got this wall here, right click, assign new material, Lambert, and let's just make that white. Why not? And then in this case I can do that here as well because my window is already white, sorry, Lambert. Okay, so we're going to do another view, bookmark kitchen. We're going to hit a quick render. And as you can see, you already got a lot more lighting going on. And that's what I meant when I said, you know, applying materials and so forth combined with use of lighting. It's just, you know, I just work that way. Okay, not bad. We need to deal with the top here and with these burners. So that's what we're going to do next. Okay. So we had this textured, that textured. We're going to take these two, right click, assign new material, MIA underscore X. We're going to go with a preset, Chrome, replace. I'm going to select these guys, right? Right click, assign new material, Fong E. Let's make that black. And we're going to go to our bookmark, and we're going to do another render. Okay, we're getting there. Now, what we need to do from this point is we need to do some additional lighting. So let's just see where we're at. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up on that on the final part of the video. So we're going to leave it at this today, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.